Yo, what's up, team? I am back in the building. Let's go ahead and dive right into this spoiler-free review of Marvel's Avengers Endgame. Let's talk story. Let's talk script. Story. I thought the story was very creative. We have a 22 film build-up, and this is a final act. And they were able to make that into a 3-hour story. I thought that was tight. However, I felt it was very messy. Because when you think about it, you have a 10-year plus build-up, right? 22 films. And you come with a messy but creative story? I'm in the middle with the story. Let's talk about script. Keep it 100 with you guys. I gotta keep it real. I gotta keep it that's me. This was one of the worst MCU superhero scripts I've ever seen.
Damn!
This script had problems. Major problems. Let's break it down. This script had no character development. The script was not designed for newcomers. The script required you to watch 22 films. This script had one of the most inconsistency when it came to power sets and abilities. This script also shitted on a lot of characters. This was a bad script. This script debunked the whole universe. This was a bad script. I did not like this script. This was a trash script. And what makes it worse, this script tried to combine itself with the story. And the story was messy. And the script is messy. Well, we got a messy ass journey. Problems. Didn't like the script at all. Trash. Let's talk about the acting. I thought the acting was really good. Even though the script was bad, the actors were better than the script. The actors still made you feel like you were watching superheroes. It was like the actors took it into their own hands to make this movie. It's like, literally, the actors freestyled this film. See, some characters were done poorly, but the actors did the best they could do with what they had. And with this script, they had nothing. Let me give you an example. So, let's say they say, all right, Jay, we want you to play Optimus Prime in the next Transformers. When I'm like, all right, well, you want me to do voice? Nah, we want you to stay in normal human form, but we want you to be Optimus Prime, right? So I'm like, okay, and action. Oh, Sam, the Matrix, right? Right, that's all I got, right? And they're like, you did great, G, but you suck as Optimus. That's how it was. You did great, Thor. Chris Hemsworth, you did great, but your Thor sucked. You see what I'm saying? It's like that. Mark Ruffalo, you did a good job. Oh, fuck, you did great.
If we do this, how do we know it's gonna end any differently than it did before?
If we gonna use it. You did a great job, right? But you suck as the Incredible Hulk. That's how it was. The actors did their part. It's just with some characters, they just didn't have nothing. Nothing. It was like, we just gotta come and do our job. We gotta make the audience still look at it as the superheroes. And the actors did their part. Let's talk about directing. The Russo brothers. So many people say, in Russos we trust. I am not one of those. I've seen a declined status in their directing abilities. And I have to say this. They did an okay job. But for two heads, they could have did better. There are certain scenes when directing really matters. Those shots, right? And I felt they didn't give me those shots. They didn't give me the dramatic shots. Yeah, you can set a scene up, but there's a certain way of directing it for you truly to really feel certain things. There were so many setups to feel stuff, but you didn't feel it. Well, I didn't feel it. And I wasn't going in trying to be a hard critic or nothing. I felt the emotions trying to come, but their directing just didn't seal the deal. Dramatic shots didn't seal the deal. Some action parts didn't seal the deal. and their vision, their shots were just kind of off to me. It felt not organic. It felt rushed. You know what I mean? It just didn't feel right. The directing was cool, but I've seen better from them. I've seen them give me something that was like, where you want to scream, yeah! Not saying you don't get that in this movie, but some parts were leading up to that and they fell flat. This is what had me out of my seat. This is what was fun. Visuals. This is a visual film. The worlds, the acts, the abilities, the power sets, the heroes, the costume, the visual, everything. The CG, the visual effects were dope. I loved it. I loved the visual effects. I thought the visual effects were amazing in this movie. Seeing the actors, right? This is the crazy stuff. This is where the actors did their job. They were behind green screen most of this film. And for them to not even meet each other most of the time doing their scenes, they did a phenomenal job with the visuals. It made me feel like they were all there at the same time. And I loved it. I loved it. The visuals were dope in this movie. I had no problems with the visuals. Let's talk about entertainment. Was J3 entertained? I'm gonna be honest. You had 3 acts in this film. You had the first act, second act, third act, right? 3 hours. Throughout that whole 3-hour film, I was entertained. But this is the crazy thing. I was entertained in a different way, right? I'm entertained in a 10-year plus buildup. I'm entertained on what's going to happen to my Avengers. You see what I'm saying? I had emotional attachment of entertainment to these characters. Because I'm going to be honest with you, the first and second act really wasn't action-based entertainment. It was more of a concerned entertainment. I was concerned for my heroes. And I think Marvel knew that coming in with a 3-hour film. I was entertained by what could happen. How are you going to get out of this? How are you going to fix this mess? Right? So I'm entertained by my heroes. The third act had me visually, emotionally, action-packed entertainment. Whoa! Mind-blown entertainment. But I really was entertained throughout this movie. There were some parts that kind of took me out of it, but that's because the script was just that damn bad. Let's talk about the music and sound. First thing first, the music. We all get the epicness, but the music fell flat, and I blame the Russos for that. Because their direction didn't allow the music to enhance the scenes. You see what I'm saying? You'll play the music, but that scene just doesn't carry in and fill in well with what you're showing me. Let alone the script is bad. You know what I mean? So the music was cool. It was there. I got it. But when you take music and your directing and script is kind of off and nothing is at balance, the music never gives you that climactic scene. But the sound was amazing. I love the sound. Oh my gosh. When Thor swing that motherfucking hammer, dude, you know what I mean? A Stormbreaker. Man, that shit sounded great. I'm like, oh, snap. Oh, the shield. The beams from Iron Man, amazing. The sound was tight. I loved it. I loved the sound. The sound was beautiful. Let's talk about some pros. Let's talk about some cons. Pros. I love seeing Captain America. What a pro. Iron Man, Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow, Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye, and Mark Ruffalo as the Incredible Hulk, and Chris Hemsworth as Thor. I love seeing them. I love seeing those characters. The pros of this movie was me still feeling like they're my Avengers. That was a major pro for me as a fan and a film goer, because I was still able to feel that. Even though the script didn't give me it, I was still able to see them as heroes. That's a pro for me. Another pro, and this is weird, a lot of people are going to, another pro for me is how they handled Captain Marvel. Yes, I said it. Two things about this character. First things first, they handled her well. They gave her enough where it wasn't like, don't do this to me. What are you doing? I came to see my Avengers. Just know this, they gave her her time and it wasn't a problem. Second thing, Brie Larson is a very pretty woman. And they were able to show me that she's a pretty woman, right? Besides the elbows, right? They was able to show me she's a pretty woman. Recommendation, Brie Larson, drop the Hillary Clinton suits. Be the woman. I'm just saying, you're pretty. Like, be the woman. Like, I have no problem with it. Like, just certain scenes, I was like, whoa, okay, okay. But she ain't the only one. There's a character in this movie, yo. And, I had a thing for her in this film, yo. Hear me out. This is a pro. This character has been in multiple films, right? But we never noticed her like that, right? Because her older, more attractive sister was always in the shine. But after Infinity War, her sister's no longer there. So now it's all eyes on Nebula. Karen Gillian, I think that's how I should say her name. She was sexy in this movie. The way that woman walked, oh my gosh, she can walk that runway like, had me feeling some type of way. I tapped HC3 like, yo, gee, god damn. He's like, I know, it's that walk. She was sexy in this movie, man. I don't know, she had a freaking hand. She's had Thanos effed her up, but she still was all woman under that sheet, man, and she wasn't fooling me. I like Nebula in this motherfucking film. She was a pro for me, man. I was like, god damn, this is a pro. I love it. I love it. Oh, beautiful. The other pros will spoil the movie, so I'm just gonna keep it at that. Cons. Oh, this movie got a lot of them. That script is a con. And what makes it that much worse as a con is the fact that every movie has flaws and plot holes and up and down heartbeats, right? But when the average film goer can notice it, that is a con that is just a disaster. It made me feel like they were like, F the story. The audience wouldn't care anyway. They're not even here for a story. They're just here to see the heroes. And that was a con for me. I didn't like that one bit. I didn't like the idea of the script being that much of a plot hole device. Like, that was a problem for me. That was a major con, knowing that the script was that much of a disaster. Another con I had is certain characters, man. This is certain characters' time to shine. And god damn it, they still didn't shine. It's like I was bamboozled. I was bamboozled. Truly. And I feel some type of way towards that. I said in our reaction, I felt like they were going to bamboozle me. And I was right. I was bamboozled for the most part for a lot of characters, a lot of scenes, a lot of situations. And I'm glad I expected it, because it would have really hurt me right here. Tough if I didn't, acknowledge it then. The other cons, spoilers. Let's go ahead and grade Marvel's Avengers Endgame. I'm going to do it differently this time, because I want to make sure you really hear what I'm saying. Right? For story and script, I'm going to give this movie, story and script, gets a D+. Right? Story and script gets a D+. The acting gets an A. I love the acting in this movie. The directing, the Russo brothers, you got two individuals I felt could have did way better. than what they gave us. The directing gets a C+. Visuals, though, were phenomenal. They were fun, vibrant colors, suits, powers, dope. I give visuals an A. My entertainment. I was entertained throughout this movie, but for different reasons. Emotional attachment to my characters, concern. 22 movies, 22 film build up, 10 years plus in the making. I give my entertainment a B+. Music and sound. The music was there, it just didn't hit. But the sound was amazing. I give that a B. Let's round this off. I give Marvel's Avengers Endgame a B-. That's being 100. That's being fair. I enjoyed the movie, but it had its problems. I broke them down for you. If you didn't listen to it, that's your own motherfreaking fault. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I kept it 100 with you. If you're new to the channel, you enjoy the reel, push that subscribe button, thumbs up this video, and don't forget to share. Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. If you've seen the movie and you want to talk about the film, don't spoil the film for anyone in the comment section down below. Your comment will be removed.
He ain't lying.
That's the review, guys. I'm J3, and I'm out.